and good morning. My name is Douglas King. This morning for you, in recognition of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday, I'd like to display my talents of eloquence and to rhetoric. My performance will be Dr. King's I Have a Dream speech in its entirety. Over 700 words memorized, and I will recite his speech in rhapsody. That's excessive enthusiastic emotion in speech. But before I recite Dr. King's speech, I would first like to give pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. And I would also like to sing a few bars of My Country 'Tis of Thee. For it was indeed this pledge and that song that Dr. King based and orchestrated this most brilliant speech. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride, from every mountain side, let freedom ring. 50 years ago, a great American, in whose symbolic shadow we stand, signed the Emancipation Proclamation. This momentous decree came as a great beacon light of hope to millions of Negro slaves who had been seared in the flames of withering injustice. It came as a joyous daybreak to end the long night of captivity. But 100 years later, we must face the tragic fact that the Negro is still not free. 100 years later, the life of the Negro is still sadly crippled by the manacles of segregation and the chains of discrimination. 100 years later, the Negro lives on a lonely island of poverty in the midst of a vast ocean of material prosperity. 100 years later, the Negro is still anguished in the corners of American society, and he finds himself in exile within his own land. There will be neither rest nor tranquility in America until the Negro is granted his citizenship rights. The whirlwinds of revolt will continue to shake the foundations of our nation until this bright day of justice emerges. I say to you today, my friends, that in spite of the difficulties and frustrations of the moment, I still have a dream. It is a dream that is deeply rooted within the American dream. I have a dream that one day our nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, that the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a desert state sweltering in the heat of injustice and oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day be able to live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day the state of Alabama, whose governor's lips are presently dripping with the words of interposition and nullification, will be transformed into a situation where little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls and walk together as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day every valley should be exalted, every hilltop and mountain made low, the rough places made plains, and the crooked places made straight. And the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. This is our hope and faith, in which I return to the South. And with this faith we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. With this faith we will be able to transform the jangling discourse of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, knowing that we will be free one day. This will be the day that all of God's children will be able to sing with new meaning. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. And if America is to be a great nation, this must become true. So let freedom ring from the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire. Let freedom ring from the mighty mountains of New York. Let freedom ring from the heightening Alleghenies of Pennsylvania. Let freedom ring from the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado. Let freedom ring from every hill and every molehill in Mississippi. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. And when we let freedom ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, this will speed up the day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands in singing the words of that old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we're free at last. Thank you. Thank you, Almighty God. First of all, I'd like to give thanks to Almighty God. And then I must give thanks to my parents, Leon and Etna King. And I'd also like to give thanks to AME Zion. And I'd like to thank you, Mr. President Barack Obama. And I also like to thank you, Mr. Alfonso Braggs, President of the NAACP. And thank you, Honolulu, Hawaii. I love you, man. God bless.